Hi, my name is Brian, and this is a quick demo video of the features of Crochet Charts software. When you open the software, you'll see the new chart options dialog as the first thing. And the first option that you want to pay attention to is the style. And you can start with blank, rows, or rounds. And if you start with rows, you'll get a grid of stitches that's defined by the options here. If you start with rounds, you'll get rounds of stitches. The first round will have 8 stitches on it, and each subsequent round will have 12 additional stitches. So for this example, we're going to start with a simple chart, and we're going to start with blank. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. So the first thing I like to do when I start a new chart, and we're going to be doing just a simple round chart repeating pattern, is I like to turn on the chart center and the wedge lines. The wedge lines are basically just guides to help you keep the stitches within the eighth or quarter of the chart so that you can copy and then rotate them around the center. The modes up at the top are to be able to add or edit stitches, to add color to the behind the stitches themselves, and you can change the color with the color selector over here. To rotate the stitches, and the stitches will rotate, they'll pivot from the bottom of the stitch. And then you can also scale the stitch, make it smaller, larger, and if you hold down Control key while you're scaling a stitch, it will preserve its aspect ratio. The height and the width will scale together. You also have the row edit, and I'll explain a little more about how that works later, and the indicator, the ability to add indicators. So I'm going to go ahead and start a chart by selecting some stitches and just putting them on. And one thing you'll notice when you're rotating the stitch is that on the 45-degree angles, every 45 degrees, this stitch will snap to position. So you can have an idea of where the stitches are. If you want them straight up and down, vertically, horizontal, or at 45-degree angles. And I'm just going to copy and paste using keyboard shortcuts, and I'll probably also be switching back and forth between some of the different edit modes using keyboard shortcuts. It makes it go a little faster. Most of the mode changes can be done with the left hand, so you can keep your right hand on the mouse. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a simple pattern in. And once I've gotten a section together, I'm going to go ahead and select the stitches, and you just copy and paste. And I'm going to go into the mirror and rotate sections, and I'm going to rotate the pasted section that I just did, and I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees and get another section here. And then I'm going to select the whole thing, and I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees, which this is 90, this is 180, so I'm going to paste again and do 180, and paste again and do 270, and that gives me a completed pattern. Now that I've completed the chart, I want to go ahead and go into the row edit mode. So I'll go ahead and start that. And the row edit mode has two benefits to it. The first is that by keeping track of the rows, the software is able to alternate colors between rows based on the settings that you have. And the second benefit is that it's able to keep track of the stitches, which means that you can generate basic written instructions with the software. So to create the rows, the first thing you want to do is find the first stitch on the first row and just select it, and while you're still holding the mouse button down, move to the second stitch and just keep going across all of the stitches, and as long as you cross the stitch, it will connect, and all of it'll connect the stitches together to form the row. And to finalize that, come down to the dialog down here and click on the little green plus, and you'll get your first row created. So then you just kind of repeat the process for every subsequent row. And when you get to a point where you can't connect to the stitches because they've gone off the screen, you can just release the mouse, scroll down, and then click on the last stitch that you selected and continue from there. And you can do that as often as you need to. And again, then you can add the row, and it will automatically color the alternating rows. And once you've completed that process, you can go ahead and just click off and click out of the mode. And in this particular instance, if we wanted to, we can add some indicators, and you can edit the text on the indicators to be whatever you want, phrases, words, sentences, whatever. And then go ahead and place them. And once you've got your chart the way you want it, you can go ahead and save it. And then you can go ahead and export the chart. When you export a file, you can select the file type, and PDF and SVG are commonly accepted for publication, and some publishers will also accept high quality JPEG or PNG files depending, but you should find out what your publisher will accept, or the magazines will accept, before you submit anything. You can then do the selection, where you can do the chart, the stitch legend, where you can then make some customizations down the bottom and update that. And you can also do the legend, color legend as well, and you have some options for customizing that as well. And you can save any of the pieces to any file type that's listed in the box up here. So those are the basic features of Crochet Charts, and if you have any questions, you can contact me on the website. So thank you for watching.